The mining song in Lord of the Rings Return to Moria is full of charm.
Sing for your supper and a good night's rest. Hum-de-dee-o-dee-o.
Not only does it give you a short insight into the worlds of Middle-earth, but it provides a buff that reduces the cost of swinging your pickaxe to 0. This diegetic song, although short, ranges in depth with each rendition. You can harmonize with any other dwarfs in your party.
All that is gold does not glitter.
Sing a new song or even a different unheard verse.
The crown this again shall be king.
Once you start singing, you don't even need to finish mining. You can defend the party from attacks, and the song will continue as long as one of the dwarves in your party is mining. This is one of the many times you sing in the game,
The mountains green.
which should not come as a surprise to anyone who is a fan of Tolkien's work. Music is integral to Middle-earth.
Until the stars are all alight.
Music is and always will be a core human experience, from creation to enjoyment. Music has been featured in our collective culture as a conscious crescendo of emotion that transcends and compounds upon history. You cannot have modern music without its predecessors, and those predecessors couldn't exist without the songs and poems that came before.
Whoopie-doo-scoop.
All this to say, music is undoubtedly found in our modern stories, books, movies, and shows, but most relevant today, video games. Music in video games is a broad theme. Orchestral OSTs, whole rock band genres, the coveted Nintendo Jewel, Ocarina of Time. You could even lump in audio with this. Dynamic sound effects, voice lines, background music. I digress though. As much as I'd love to talk about how the lack of music in Breath of the Wild makes the music that is present more powerful, I want to talk about something less. The music that's in our games that we create, see, feel, and find.
Far over the misty mountains cold.
Sea of Thieves is an action-adventure game with an impressive open world, a robust physics system, and a player base with both the best and worst that gaming has to offer. Today, Sea of Thieves holds 4 things for us: the banjo, the concertina, the drum, and the hurdy-gurdy. These 4 instruments are available right from the rip, and with a button's press you can summon the ability to create music with your friends. The instruments you use to tune out a long boat ride are just as important as your cutlass and blunderbuss. They allow you to interact with the world you inhabit. The drums you were banging row, row, row your boat to allow you to sneak into Athena's hideout. The shanties you sing charm snakes. They make your pets dance. They muffle when you go underwater. You sing out a tune when you're drunk. They do so much with so little, adding layers to an already layered game. The ability to not only be an unruly pirate, but drink grog and sing was what made this game so appealing when I heard my brothers playing it on a call, and ultimately what pushed me to pick it up. Music is the beating lifeline of many good games. And in Crypt of the Necrodancer, it becomes your beating heart at the core of the experience. You catch every note, or at least try to. In Guitar Hero, you catch every note with your peripheral of choice, strumming or beating away as you build up an impressive streak, only to be awestruck by that one friend who can knock out dragon forces through the fire and flames without breaking a sweat. In The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, you blow into your Nintendo DS's mic to play your spirit flute to help solve puzzles. In Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, you can drink an evening ale, allowing you to go to sleep inspired and wake the next day with a random strong buff. But before you can pound your pint, you sing a song and do a dance.
Shook the man in the moon. It's after 3, he said.
My first time drinking in this game felt like a caveman discovering fire. I wanted to pour pints and get my little dwarf drunk because in all the trailers for the game, I saw that the social aspects were on full display.
As we also hold our food and ale, dear.
I just wanted to be a dwarf in Moria. The ads really made beer just seem like a tiny little bit of charm to tide you over between orc raids and mining trips. So finding out that I not only got a fun song with my drink, but a buff was mind-blowing. Without this buff, I think the entire system of ales, brews, and drinking would be forgotten in lieu of more exciting adventures. It's entirely easier to just eat food or exploit the natural jankiness of the game to help you in combat. But waking up after a night's rest to see that you have the Drake Hunter buff just feels right. It also lets you know, as a fresh player who's only seen goblins and goblin men, that there are bigger threats deeper in the mines.
Words were laid on stream or stone when Durin woke and walked alone. He named the nameless hills and dells he drank from.
While adventuring through the thick tapestry of Tamriel, you will be able to stop in at many towns, cities, lodges, and inns. If you happened through the province of Skyrim and stopped in the hold of Whiterun, you could find yourself a bed in the Bannered Mare.
Braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Like most Elder Scrolls games, the vast lore is best suited for a tome or a wiki page. But in-game, it's up to you to delve deeper into the stories of this world. Almost every iteration of The Legend of Zelda allows you to play an instrument, unlocking doors or changing how the world moves around Link, like slowing time in Majora's Mask with the inverted Song of Time. A majority of these songs, like Zelda's Lullaby, make multiple appearances, building on motifs of a 4-decade-old series. These songs may not directly unlock new cutscenes or other story-relevant information, but they build a chance for us, the players, to engage with the lore that transcends games. The Great Song of Durin is a ballad to Durin, the king of Khazad-dûm, the king of axes, the king of dwarves. It's a song you can only hear by restoring the monuments to Durin. 5 monuments for 5 kings. And while it does provide a buff like the other songs in the game, its main purpose is to provide a goal for unraveling the mysteries of Moria. The song paints a picture of the history of Moria and its founding, the culture of the people who lived there, and the near deification of Durin by his dwarf successors. It's a somber song, and at almost 3 minutes long is a stark contrast to the rest of the game. Up to this point, a player may have heard many mining songs and tavern songs, all quick and cheerful compared to this. For somebody who's enjoyed Tolkien, his books, the subsequent movies, the movie games, and the idea that Tolkien himself created this world purely as a place to park the language he had created, I have to say I really only have a surface level understanding of Middle-earth. I know enough to know that the dwarves have been forced out of Moria, wandering and walking in search of work as tradesmen and crafters. I know they dug too greedily, too deep.
Was delved too greedily and too deep.
I know they covet gold and would die in battle for the Arkenstone, but it never really hit me how sad this tale actually could be. Most times we see dwarves, we see them as a merry band barging into Bilbo's home for an unexpected party, or as a combat-crazy emissary slashing down orcs at Helm's Deep, all while keeping score with his elf companion.
70, 80, 90.
It's really only alluded to or mentioned in passing how harsh some of the dwarves' history really can be, or at least that's how I've always understood the presented text. It wasn't until I had to stop and stand and just stay still for an extended period of time that I really listened to the song and the lyrics.
Till Durin wakes from sleep.
By making the song a keystone to the campaign and the story of Return to Moria, the game not only gives us another song to enjoy, but it forces us to listen by subverting most gameplay choices up to this point.
Heal my heart and drown my woe. Rain may fall and wind may blow, but there still be many miles to go. Sweet is the sound of the pouring rain, and the stream that flows from hill to plain. Better than rain or rippling brook. There's a mug of beer inside this tub.
Grand Theft Auto V features the hottest stations from all over Los Santos. Real music at a button press anytime you're driving a vehicle. Classic country blaring as Trevor rips over the sand dunes on his ATV. Fast gangster rap sounds over the subwoofers as Michael speeds through his midlife crisis. Upbeat and sensual pop music pounds as Franklin tries and tries again to hit those scenic jumps across the map. In Hitman Blood Money, in the Curtains Down mission, you are tasked with killing Alvaro Dalvide, infiltrating a Paris opera house during rehearsal of Tosca, all for you to complete your mission during the play's crescendo. In Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, you can collect cassette tapes that reveal story-relevant information and, more importantly, juicy, licensed music. Whether you're loading up Hall & Oates or Billy Idol, you are rewarded for your exploration with the ability to play and listen to your music via the iDroid. In Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, every song has a purpose and a buff. Whether you're singing mining songs or singing tavern songs or singing the limited veneration songs, it will always reward you. However, you don't need to care about the buffs if you just want to hear the song. I've drunk so many ales back to back just because I wanted to see a different dance animation or hear a different song, or even just to help my buddy empty his wander keg so he can refill it with a new brew. The pure, unbridled joy I feel when playing with a full party of dwarves and we're just dancing around, pints adorning our heads, is something magnificent.
Him in the leg, one hand around the tankard. The other up to whale, she was fit to fight most anyone after 18 pints of ale.
As long as I continue to play this game, I reckon I'll keep drinking and singing and singing and drinking. After all, I haven't yet heard an 8-dwarf harmony. Hey,
Yes!
that's awesome. I believe that video games are yet another ability for us to elevate music even higher. I'm sure my love for Return to Moria will change. I'll find a new game or just slowly play it less and less. But even when that happens, I will still always remember the songs as they filled those great halls and what those songs taught me about diegetic music and how it really is everywhere. Listen closely to the music in your games. You might be surprised by how much of that music exists just for you to find it. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I've been Z. I'm assuming you're here because you liked it or you just wanted to see how this train wreck ended. Whichever the case, engagement goes a long way. Liked it, like it, disliked it, dislike it. If you subscribe to the video, subscribe. It really goes a long way in letting YouTube know that this might be a step above AI slop. Here's a little bonus. I couldn't really find a spot to fit it into the script, and it was deep enough into the editing process I didn't want to re-record anything. But these little music boxes from Sea of Thieves, I've spent hundreds of hours in this game and I've never seen them. Turns out they're in like every shop or most of the shops at like most outposts. In Return to Moria, when you're singing a mining song, there's a chance that your dwarf will forget a lyric and hum along and go ba-da, ba-da, ba-ba, or how it goes or something like that. It's my artist rendition. Couldn't find a clip of it. It's an infrequent encounter. I don't know if there's a specific song out of like the 13 songs that they sing that has a chance to do that. Saw it in my first stream of it. By the way, check out my stream over on Twitch. The link will be in the comments. We stream these kind of games. We got some Community Mondays. We got some challenge runs on Sundays sometimes. Some other days throughout the week, I just pop on, verbalize these ideas. For example, I've recently watched Guns Akimbo with Daniel Radcliffe.
This guy stinks!
Daniel Radcliffe, great movie, weird, stylized, thrill ride, not a 10 out of 10 masterpiece by any means, but fun, like pure, unbridled fun. And it's inspired me, and I've started writing my script for stylization in action pieces. So we'll probably be seeing a lot of Borderlands coming up, among other things. So if you want to see that, subscribe. It's been a real fun essay to write. I really do love essays, or at least the idea of them. I suck at finishing them. Really great on a thesis, but that's about it. Otherwise, thanks again so much. I've been Z. Send this to your local government.